Coming up on Sizzles.
We serve with the sacrificial mindset and sacrificial mindset. I remember very well with Reverend Prince Nyako, I would go to the studio, back his songs. I would be in the video. I would buy his CD at the launch. I would actually save and buy his CD at the launch. My voice is in there, but I'm still buying it. So it was that mindset to sow into the future you are looking for. And that is one thing that is really missing in our world today.
Sizzles.
Welcome to the show where we inspire, encourage, and bless you every week with brand new episodes of full up-close conversations with your great gospel music artist. And I am your host, Sarah Sings. Today promises to be an exciting episode and I can't wait for you to see it. But before we get started, let me give a big shout out and a thank you to all my sponsors. Today I was styled by Hall of Peters located in Kokomlemle, Accra. You can contact Hall of Peters on 0244-273-991. Again, Hall of Peters located in Kokomlemle, Accra. And you can contact them on 0244-273-991. Also, we want to say a big thank you to our in-house catering services provided by Dee's Savory, located in Dansoman, Accra. You can contact Dee's Savory on 020-826-5038. Again, the number is 020-826-5038. And we want to thank Elogio Studios for the quality sound provided for this production. You can contact Elogio Studios on 020-400-4028. Elogio Studios, located in Pokwase, can be contacted on 020-400-4028. And of course, our in-house production crew, Thick Line Production, bringing you these episodes that you cannot miss. And you can contact Thick Line Productions on 055-710-5445. Thick Line Production is located in Ashoman Estates. They can be contacted on 055-710-5445. All right, we're ready to get the show started, but let's check out the profile for our guest for today.
Celestine Donkor is a songwriter, composer, preacher, and entrepreneur. She's a gospel songstress and household name within the gospel music circles in Ghana and across the African continent. She is known for her inspirational and soul-lifting songs, which transcends beyond tribal barriers in Ghana as she sings in English, Twi, Ewe and Ga. Her motivational and dynamic attributes, coupled with her sonorous voice and years of collaboration with several renowned musicians across the continent of Africa, has earned her the recognition as one of Ghana's most versatile and unique gospel minstrels. Celestine holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of Ghana and is married with 3 daughters. Sizzles.
Welcome back to the show. Today is a special episode for me. But before we get into it, I want to speak to someone watching me right now. Dreams do come true. Whatever dream you have, I want you to believe in it. It will come true. We have a woman of God in our midst today, and I've been listening to her songs for a long time. They've been a blessing to me, and I only hoped to one day meet her. So for me today to sit here with her and get to have a conversation with her and spend some time with her and get to know her a little bit more, it's a dream come true for me. Miss Celestine Donkor.
Hello.
Welcome to Sizzles.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow.
And let me say, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful show. Yeah, so I wish you more beautiful things.
Amen. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you.
It's a joy to be here.
Yes. How have you been?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I just touched down, I met you there.
Yes, yes. You met me at the Ebronechi.
Exactly. So I went to host Celestial Praise at the US in the New York. Of course, you were on the bill.
Yes.
I think after that, I went to Canada for Ghana Fest. It was a very big concert.
Yes.
And yes, I'm back in Ghana.
Wow, wow.
Yes.
And now on set with me. Thank you for honoring the invitation.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Now, I wanted to talk to you because I believe strongly that there's a lot of things that we need to talk about. For people like myself that are trying to do ministry. I know you've been doing it for a very long time. And I believe that it's only wise to learn from the people that have gone ahead of you. So today, I'm hoping that our viewers will learn one or two things from you. I know they're going to learn a lot. But to get started, I just want to ask you, how did you get into mainstream gospel music?
Okay, so mine is a very interesting story. I have been actively singing in church, and leading praise and worship, joining choir, singing solo, doing everything music in my church. So one day I was escorting a friend to the studio for her recording, not mine.
Not yours.
I wasn't even going to back her. I was just escorting her. I was even in my uniform. My school uniform, because we had a short midterm break.
Okay.
And I didn't want to go home, so I went to this friend. So when she was going out to the studio, she just didn't want to leave me at home, so she made me accompany her. So when we went to the studio, I was at the engine room where the producer usually sits, and then she was in the vocal room.
Okay.
So while she was recording, I was singing along. So the producer was,
listening to you.
hearing me. So once in a while, he would peep and he would, I would catch his attention. So at the end of the day, he was like, "You sound really good. I was hearing you whispering and stuff like that. So would you want to record?" And I was like, "Yes, it would be nice." He said, "Find time and come." This was how it started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think anything happens by chance. So that was definitely divinely orchestrated.
It was definitely divinely orchestrated. You know what Bible said about Saul?
Yes.
Who was going to look for the lost donkeys. And, it was a setup, for his own calling. And so this is how God mysteriously sets us up sometimes, to begin something great. I never knew that day was the open door to this music ministry that I have now.
And that was divine timing.
Yes.
Finding yourself at the right place at the right time. So did you then go back and start immediately recording?
Yes, I think I called him less than a week later that I was free. And he said, "Okay, come around." So I remember very well, we spent the whole night looking through songs. He played and I write. Sometimes we'll do things like voluntary stuff.
Like spontaneous
spontaneous stuff. And then he would play and then I would sing, and we were able to compose some song at a time.
How then did you meet the late Reverend Nyako of blessed memory?
Okay, so after this engineer who discovered me, that's Fred J. Mensah of Fred Dima Studios.
Okay.
Fast forward, I became like more of a studio girl. I spent a lot of time at the studio because I was doing backing vocals a lot.
For others, okay.
A lot. It was like work for me at the time because it kept me really busy and it really paid a lot too.
Okay.
So I just hop from one studio on appointment and I go and do backups. So it was on this occasion that I was going to do backing vocals for another artist at Nasi Studio in Circle GBC area. It was actually on the GBC Tower. So that was where I met Reverend Prince Nyako. He was also coming to record. So I was done with my session and I was sitting at the reception area. And then they started playing his song. So it was his turn to, use the studio. Then I started hearing the song they were playing. And I just walked up to him and suggested to him that this song would sound very nice in Ewe. Yes.
Oh my God, I just got chills.
Yes, so I just walked up to him. I said, I know this song. My mom used to sing it. It's a very nice song. It's very nice in Ewe. If you want me to do a piece for you to see. So I'm sure he was wondering, who is this girl? Where is she coming from?
How did you even get
He didn't know me
boldness?
from Adam, and I didn't even know him, I just walk out to him like that, and that is typical me. I just, once I feel like do it, I'll go and do it. So he said, okay. I'm sure he was shocked himself. He said, okay, so let's give it a try. But then his executive producer was Bandex at the time, so he had to ask permission from Bandex whether I should do it. And then they said, okay. So I went to the studio and then I sang Machoni Mau Ananyemo Eya Nusi Woriana Adanye Fupepe Wakatada Yes so I saw that they were clapping, in the Buddha. So that was it. The song came out. I didn't ask for a dime, 1 CD. That was what happened.
Wow.
Yeah, and fast forward, the song came out and it was all over. And I heard most often that people say the Ewe part, crown me pet, the Ewe part.
Oh yeah, back then, we didn't even understand the Ewe, but rehearsal and the choir, everybody was rehearsing it and singing it. Oh my God.
Yeah, so it just happened. And so we became like a little music family. He started taking me out for his programs. When he was invited, I went to do backups for him and I sang my part of the song. We did a lot of stuff like that. We went to, aside Ghana gigs, we also went to Benin, went to Togo. It was actually the first musician to take me out for a program like that.
Wow.
Outside Ghana. Yes. So, and for all the times we were on the road for ministry, I always remember how he shared the word of God with us. Reverend Prince Jaco is the word man. Like, he's a pastor.
Yeah.
And he always talks about prayer, word, and spirit life and stuff like that. He has a message of grace and the real gospel that, the world needs today. So he always shared it with us. And when we went to programs where we actually stay, we have time to do morning devotions, and we have very refreshing times like that with him. Yeah.
Wow. It's such a blessing to hear this story, and now, coming full circle now to where we are now. Unfortunately, he left us to be with the Lord, and I know that must be very, very difficult for you. But thank you for sharing that story. Yeah. So would you say then that the feature with him kind of, broke you out into mainstream gospel music?
Yeah. He really gave me a very, very strong introduction to the music, industry. And I became the one that was sought after. I want that lady who sang the Ewe. I want that lady who sang the Ewe. So I became so busy doing Ewe. Ewe pieces and verses in songs. A lot of songs that I've done, featured to do a little piece of Ewe. Ghana, when people know you do this and they like it, they always want you to do that. Yeah. It got to a point I had to deliberately put a halt on that. Otherwise, I'll be doing it.
No, honestly, that was going to be my next question. That, of course, then that kind of puts you in a certain, for lack of a better word, box. How did you break out of that to now become your own?
Okay. It was a challenge, but it was a positive challenge. At the point where my manager and myself, my manager who is my husband, we decided to actually establish the Celestine Donkor brand.
Yes.
It was a bit of a challenge because I was well known as that supporting artist, the backing artist, and some of these are people, they'll tell you that you are called to back.
Oh, mercy. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
You are called to back. Wow. That is your area of calling and stuff like that. So it was quite a challenge. We need to take serious decisions and be strict on them so that we'll be able to establish the standalone brand Celestine Donkor. It was where I had to put a halt on backing in the studio, featuring and people hearing my voice in every piece of music that is released. We had to put a hold on that for like 2 years.
Wow.
And yeah, so I received calls every day to, come and do stuff on people's song, but I turned it down. Even though I was paying a lot of money, I turned it down because we had to do that. So that was when I released my first single, Supernatural.
Yeah.
Yes. So it brought this, awakening in people. Wow, this music sounds different. Oh, so this is her, and stuff like that. And by the grace of God, that very first single from the Celestine Donkor brand won award. It did very well, won award and stuff like that. So the name Celestine Donkor began to, stand alone and appreciated as an artist who is standing on her own, no more supporting artist or a backup artist. Yeah. So that was how we came about it.
Wow, I'm learning so much from you today, and I know that our viewers are learning a lot from you as well. You've done so much. Like, if we say we're gonna go through all the songs you've done, I mean it's gonna take the whole entire show. But you've done some features with other African gospel musicians. How did you get about to encounter them in the first place and even get to feature them? For example, Steve Crown. Okay. How did that come about?
Okay, so it was a deliberate decision because I couldn't throw away that part of the collaborative part of me. It was what brought me to the limelight.
Yeah.
And so even though I said earlier that we had to decide not to be featuring on other works, we had to also make sure that it features on my work. And so we decided to look around, to give other people opportunities like I also had opportunities to be on other people's work. So I was looking around in Ghana and beyond, for those artists that are good, but they are not necessarily known in Ghana.
In Ghana as much.
Yes.
Okay.
So we started, reaching out, and the response were positive. Apparently, they were actually also hoping to break through in our Ghanaian market. So it became a very mutually beneficial conversation.
Okay.
So the response was always
positive.
Yeah, so that was how I got on board other artists from outside Ghana.
So did you have like a mutual friend that connected the two of you, or you just reach out via social media?
So how it actually started, that thing, how it actually started was I had a friend who was not into music, a business person in South Africa.
Okay.
And she was funding the concert. And
a concert of yours?
No, her concert.
Her own concert.
She was funding it.
Okay.
As in doing it as business.
Right.
And so, but she was in a business relationship with my husband.
Okay.
So my husband told her that my wife is an artist. And he said, okay, then let's get her on our recording. So that was how I had a first break, and I went to South Africa to record Turning Around. Yes. So at the event, I meet other musicians.
Yes.
And we take contact, we exchange, and we keep in touch. Some when you respond, they will mind you. Some two will mind you. At least when you take 10, 2 will be there.
At least I'm very responding.
They will respond. So that was how it has been. So each concert keep connecting me to at least one or two artists. And then relationship maintains and sustains what inside. Yeah.
Right. Awesome. So how different is it working with, let's say, the Nigerian or South African gospel musicians as compared to those here in Ghana? Are there any difference?
Well, I wouldn't say there's a big difference. I would say there are different interests, where there are different interests for the artist. For instance, like when I featured Steve Crown.
Yes.
Steve Crown at the time had You Are Great, which was a big hit in Nigeria.
Yeah.
It wasn't big in Ghana.
Big in Ghana
at the time.
Okay.
Yes. So when we met and I proposed to him that, look, I can bring you for my concert here. And then we can promote you and you also do same for us. Because there's already that desire to be seen in Ghana. It was just mutually agreed on.
Okay.
And then I brought him for my concert, Celestial Praise. And, you know, before you host a concert, you need to let people know about the artist you are bringing.
Yes.
So we organized a lot of interviews, make sure that his song, You Are Great, was heard in Ghana. I can confidently say that we were, as in the Celestial Praise team, were the reason why You Are Big became very big in Ghana.
In Ghana.
Yeah. And so at the end of the concert, they see the results.
Yes.
That, oh yeah, now people know me. Aside Celestial Praise, other concerts will begin to seek for Steve Crown and stuff like that. So he also returned the same favor, brought me for his concert in Ariras. I've been on that concert 3 times in Abuja. And people also get to know me there. They get to download my music. Because anytime I travel there and I check my statistics, I realize that more Nigerians are streaming
your songs.
Yeah, so stuff like that. So it's just the mindset that are different. What is the artist looking for?
Right.
A break in this market. Oh, this lady can help me get there. In return, I can also do that. So yeah, it's just things that we must deliberately do as musicians to support each other and benefit from each other.
Awesome. So then we can confidently say that collaborations are needed and necessary.
Very, very necessary.
Right.
Unless you want to be a local champion. And that one. Yeah.
No, we don't want to look. We don't want to go international.
Yeah, but if you want to go global, you have to look out there.
Look out there. So be intentional.
For artists who are also looking for opportunities like you.
Exactly.
Then, yeah.
Awesome. That's good to know. So we must be intentional in the collaborations and make sure we have a mutual goal for each other.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Well, don't go anywhere. We're continuing the conversation. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with Celestine Donkor.
Sizzles.
Welcome back to the show. I hope you've been enjoying the show. I hope it's been a blessing to you and want to continue the conversation with Celestine Donkor. Woman of God.
Yes, ma'am.
So I want to ask you a question that, for me, I really want to know your viewpoint on this, right? Okay. Your husband is your manager.
Yeah.
Since you started. He's been managing you since you started.
Yeah, since I started the Celestine Donkor brand.
Okay. Yeah. How has it been working with your husband? And would you say it's easier to work with your spouse on your ministry as opposed to getting someone else to do it?
Okay, so let me go back from where it started.
Okay.
So at the time I was busy doing those studio stuff, backing stuff, I wasn't married. So I had that luxury of my own time, my own decision, my own pace to go out anytime I wanted and come back anytime I wanted. So when I met my husband along the line and when we married our first few months, he realized that I just receive calls and I go out. I just, hello, Celestine, come and do backup for me. And I did, me call studio work. And I go. So he was just observing from the beginning. And one day he sat me down. He said, look, it's not appropriate for people to just reach you directly and pick you out of whatever you are doing. Whether you were sleeping, whether you were in the middle of something, they just call you and you go. It will not give you a respect, I did not understand him. Where is this man coming from? Why is he coming to tell me? I'm like, live your life. I'm living mine.
Yeah.
This is who I am. So initially it wasn't better like that. We had to go back and forth. It had to make sense to me for me to allow
get on board.
Yes. So I realized that he was able to make me understand that what he was saying was really true. And so I had to start referring my back session calls to him. If you need me, call my manager. It wasn't easy. I lost a lot of clients because, Celestine, wa basu, Waba so sisi ade ohia na this offering kunu, and it cut off a lot of things that were coming into my web. But I had to be firm on my grounds and embrace the new beginning, what God was going to do. So it was a deliberate submission, deliberate decision to submit to him, deliberate decision to listen to him, deliberate decision to make him lead me. It was very, very deliberate.
So as someone who was doing your own thing, you were going to studios, doing your collabs and everything. I know you just said
counting my own money.
Counting your own money. It was very difficult for you, but how easy or how difficult was it to get him to see the vision you had? Or would you say off the bat you both share the vision for your ministry?
Okay, for him, it was easy for me because he always had a bigger picture. I was just seeing myself as that studio session girl, but he was seeing a bigger artist. And he made me see that. Yeah.
So he brought...
He actually birthed the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah, he birthed the record label, he birthed the direction, and my husband had lived outside the country for a long time.
Okay.
He had a different perspective from a Ghana girl like
gotcha.
me, so
gotcha.
He made me see things from his perspective, and I realized that no, this guy has a bigger picture, and he was looking global while I was thinking local. Yeah, so he explained to me how these things work, and I decided to listen. I decided to submit. I decided to make him lead. And I realized that it was bringing more lasting results, more effective results. And yeah, little by little.
Okay, so I want to ask this question. As a married woman myself in ministry, right, there is... I like this question. I'm sure there are a lot of people who can't wait to hear your response to this. Marriage and ministry, where you have to submit to your husband, and then when it comes to work, most couples are not able to work together. It just doesn't work out for them. They butt heads, there are arguments, there's money issues, and all of these things. How did you make that work?
Like I said, I think my secret is intentional submission. Intentional.
So you go with whatever he says?
At a point, it has to be like that. So that as I understood him better, I could also make my suggestion. And then together we meet, we have a ground. Now, he knows more. And when we started, he didn't even know much about the music industry.
Yeah.
He was a novice, complete. He was a businessman. My husband, this was a car dealer who is coming to do music. And so I felt he didn't know much. I felt I knew more than him. But he was coming in with a business mindset and approach to establish a brand, and I was...
more focused on ministry.
I was, and I still am, ministry-minded. People should be blessed.
Yes.
Song must reach people, change lives. That is so. We had to find this common ground and make it work. And this scripture that says that where two people cannot work together except they agree. And so you see that agreement to do it is the breakthrough. Once you agree that you are going to do it. You may see your husband as very difficult, but the moment two of you agree, you all in a way have your responsibility antennas very high, and your concern and your focus will begin to see the vision succeed rather than individual, stuff. So I must tell you that it has really been a blessing. When I became big in code and I was engaged all over, I still am. I'm engaged all over. I have to be on the run in the morning, the afternoon, the evening, and he is always with me. That was when I realized that this thing is a blessing. Couple ministry is a blessing. Because I can't imagine going home to a husband who is not with me on the road, getting home around 1 p.m. 2 a.m. You know?
Upset.
Yeah. So, but with this, he is with me. Sometimes when we are in the hotel, outside Accra, we are in the hotel waiting for us to be picked up to the hotel. we can do our hugging and our kissing and we continue. You know, so we don't miss each other.
The other worship ministry.
You know, the other worship ministry. It continues like that. So trust me, for me, it works.
Yeah.
It works. He is with you. He sees what you are going through and what you are. He understands when I'm tired. I don't have to tell him I'm tired.
He knows.
He's the one who says, sleep, you have the next appointment.
Yeah.
You know, so trust me, it works for me.
Honestly, I must say, I love your husband. Mr. Donkor, you know I love you. I wish I could get you here on set and get your perspective too.
No,
but
you won't.
thank you so much for sharing. No, it's amazing. So what advice would you give to people who want to do couple ministry?
I would say that it is possible to work with your spouse. It is very, very possible with God on your side. And with some intentional decisions. I keep on repeating intentional because for tough women like me, if I don't deliberately submit, there will always be war, you know. And so I know there are some tough women like strong-minded women, individual, independent women, 21st century strong women, you know. But if you decide that, you know, hey, God put us together for a purpose, and we can make it happen. You submit, you sit down, you plan. You don't fight over us. I sit and talk like, my husband and I, we talk like business people. Sometimes I don't know whether we are married. Sometimes I don't know whether we are married or we are doing work or we are doing ministry.
Yeah.
It's like when we have the chance, we always sit and talk. What can we do this? How can we correct this? So we are always working together. I'm not saying that by force, let your husband manage you. He had the interest, number one.
Okay.
He had a vision. You can see that he had a direction. And I saw that this is the plan and I can follow. But where your man has a different tangent and you're also different, please, I won't force you. Let's
get into it.
What to be will be. Let it be. You know, but if your husband has the interest to push your ministry, you can sit down and it will work. It can work.
It can work. It can work. It can work. It can work. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, I know we're getting ready to wrap up this segment here, but I want to ask you one thing. People like myself who have, you know, gotten into the gospel music industry just a short while now, we look up to you. We look up to the others that have gone ahead of us. Is this something that you did that we're not doing, that we need to emulate?
Yeah, I think I can point out to 2 or 3 things that we back then, you know, we did differently. I can talk about myself, so I see that we serve a lot. We served a lot. We served without expecting anything in return. We served with the sacrificial mindset and the sacrificial mindset. I remember very well with Reverend Prince Nyako, I would go to the studio, back his songs. I would be in the video. I would buy his CD at the launch. I would actually save and buy his CD at the launch. My voice is in there.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm still buying it. So it was that mindset to sow into the future you are looking for. And that is one thing that is really missing in our world today. They all want to take from you. No one has the mindset that let me just support because in the future I also need support. Yeah. That is so missing in our generation today. So the servitude spirit is one. Yeah, and then the second one I'll talk about is patiently going through the process. You see, if you want corn to become banku tomorrow, it doesn't work that way. It has to go through the process of fermentation for days. And then it becomes mori before you can't just eat it. That's not banku. You have to cook it. Yeah. So process. You need to go through to become who you are. Today, as I see the experience I gathered with Reverend Benjaku, Philippa Bear, just like, you know, the artists I work with, you can't take that away from me. No. I learned how to be confident on interview sessions working with these people.
Yeah.
You know, and so take your time and patiently go through the process. Today, you have received a song. Tomorrow, you want to be a hit. It doesn't work
Like that way.
And then the third thing I would like to add is that anyone who wants to, if you want to be an international artist, you to make somebody international. Make somebody international. For me, it's one secret that worked for me. I wanted to be invited outside Ghana, my ticket paid, my team, you know, taken care of to go and perform. Because I wanted that, I had to do that for an artist outside who also wants to come to Ghana, pay their ticket, get them here, give them good hotel. So I see it as a seed I'm sowing into their ministry.
That's right.
So if you invite me, say, I'm calling Celestine, come and minister in Canada, you pay my ticket. You are not doing that because you have. You are doing that because as an artist, you want that for your ministry.
For yourself, yeah.
Exactly. And so if you want to take advantage of people, oh, come and sing. When the artist is going, you don't give them anything. That is the future you're building for yourself. You would also be ministering and people will not give you anything.
Because you only reap what you sow.
Yeah, exactly. And so I believe that these three things, if you take it seriously, it can really become a testimony to your ministry.
I hope you took notes of that. Service, process, and also, if you want to go international, make somebody international. Yeah. Learn to sow a seed. Oh, I've been blessed. I've been so blessed. I've been so blessed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been such an honor talking to you. And when I tell you I'm learning a lot from you, I am.
Thank you.
And I hope that others are learning as well. Thank you so much for joining us on Sizzles with Celestine Donkor. Don't go far. We're coming right back up.
Sizzles.
We are back from the break. It's Sizzles here with Sarah Sings, and I have the amazing woman of God, Celestine Donkor, here with us. And we have a fun activity we want to do called Quick 5, where I ask her 5 very random questions in 30 seconds. And this one, you can't think on it. You just have to drop a quick answer. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. If you had to play an instrument, what instrument would you play?
Oh, keyboard.
Keyboard?
Yeah.
Have you ever played?
I play.
Ah, nice one. All right. Okay, so if you had the opportunity to get an invitation to the Stella Awards, and then in the same moment, you're invited for a revival in a village here in Ghana, which one would you choose?
I would listen to God. I would listen to the Spirit, what is leading me to do.
Okay. Is there another artist that you think you sound like?
Hey, yeah. I think I've had people tell me I sound like this lady. What's her name?
Oh, Tamla Man.
Yes.
Ah, that is very true.
I sound like her.
That's very true. That's very true. Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you had you're working with your music director, right? And after a gig, would you bless them with cash or would you bless them with prayer?
Both.
Both.
They need prayer and they need
They need cash and they need prayer. Okay. This one is a tough one. Family or ministry?
If I have to choose,
Yes.
I'll choose family.
You choose family?
Yeah.
Why?
Family is a ministry.
Bless you. Bless you. Family is the number one ministry.
Yes.
Family is the number one ministry. Thank you so much, Ms. Celestine, for playing along with Quick 5. Everyone, don't go far. We're coming right back up. The woman of God is going to be a blessing to us, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Ms. Celestine, would you bless us?
Sure. Okay, let's get to it. have a testimony. I don't even know how to explain. I don't know. I have a testimony. I don't even know how to explain. I don't know. There was a time in my life giving up was the only option, but your mercy said no, will never let me go. When I remember how I overcame, me didn't want me hunia min campo. I have a testimony, a testimony. I never would have made it without you. I have a testimony, a testimony. I never would have made it without you, oh God. Agbega kaka ekata dena wo. Ribi wasidecha unami di bema wo. Oh, agbega kaka kaka dena wo. Ribi wasidecha unami di bema wo. I owe it all to you. I owe it all to you. Hey, all I am and all I'll ever be. I owe it all to you. I owe it all to you. Hey, all I am and all I'll ever be. Hey, akbeka kaka ekata jenawo. Ribi wasidecha unamidibe mawo. Oh, akbeka kaka ekata jenawo. Ribi wasidecha unamidibe mawo. Hey. Oh. Unpredictable God, you surprise my enemies. You push me to the top on the wings of the eagle. You are the bread of life, so you gave me another life. Yeah, no man can love me like you do. You are mysterious God. You prepared a table before my enemies, even in my weakness, even in my weakness, oh, even in my weakness, even in my weakness, oh, even in my weakness, you've been merciful to me. Oh, no man can love me like you do. You are mysterious God. You prepared a table before my enemies, even in my weakness. You've been merciful to me. Glory, honor, and power belongs to you. You turned my life around. Hey, you turned my life around. Hey, Agbebolowe, Agbebolowe. Glory, honor, and power belongs to you. You turned my life around. You turned my life around. Glory, honor, and power, glory, honor belongs to you. turn my life around. Hey, you turn my life around. Glory, honor, and power. Glory, honor, power belongs to you. You turn my life around. I pray now. Glory, honor, power belongs to you. You turn my life around. I pray now.
Oh my God. Oh my God. God bless you.
Bless you too.
God bless you. I love that song Testimony. I was trying so hard not to break out into tears, but I love that song. It ministers to me so much. And of course, I didn't know you favor me this way.
You never fail me.
God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. I hope you are blessed. I know you have been blessed, but stick around with us. Celestine, what are you preparing for us? Sizzles. You have to show your skills in the kitchen. I know I'm going to learn some recipe from you today.
We are doing eba and okra soup in 20 minutes. It's like a record time.
I can't wait. Eba and okra soup in 20 minutes. Set your timer. We'll meet you in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show. We are in the kitchen with Celestine Donkor, and as she stated earlier, she's going to be preparing eba and nkrumankwine, okra soup for short. Miss Celestine, I see some ingredients here. I can't wait. What are we going to do?
Okay, so this is the gari for my eba.
This gari is different.
Yes. It's I just like the yellow one. It's easier to make eba.
Okay, with the yellow one.
It's really nice.
Okay.
You get the texture the way I like it.
Okay.
So yeah, but any gari is gari.
Okay.
Gari is gari.
Okay.
So I have okra here, palm oil, and these are the blended stuff. I think we have ginger, garlic, onion, everything blended.
Okay.
Okra, we are going to cut this one and add them, and then we have the kantose. This is actually my secret ingredient. So if you want to get the flavor we would get at the end of the day, you should really remember to add kantose and
green pepper.
Yes.
Is that to give it more color, or is it just gonna give it more?
Okay, with this kind of okra, we don't want we want it to draw, you know.
Draw me close to you.
Draw.
Cha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we don't use tomatoes. If you use tomatoes, it's going to stop the draw.
The slime of the okra.
The slime of the okra. So we are using green pepper instead of tomatoes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it. And then the pepper and onion, and we have spices.
And then we have here.
Of course, what is okra without willy? Crab. And salmon.
And now almighty momoni.
Exactly.
Nice. All right, so before we get cooking, can we please wash our hands and then we get started?
Definitely.
Awesome.
So,
she hear me. Would you be free? My time from Sam. One my man in Menguasi. Samina Musum Kabibi Mumpa. Miss Roshi. Wapani Wapuma. Nachichi Mirror. Oh, good God. You be good God. Oh, me both the panic.
Your grace, your mercy overflows every day. When I wake up in the morning, on my knees I will give thanks. On my knees I will give praise. That's right.
Food is ready on Sizzles. I can't wait to dig in. Ooh, Celestine. Okay, since you're my guest, I'll do you the honors and serve you. Let me wash my hands real quickly. Wow, 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 wow.
I don't know where you get to my sister.
Hey, okay, yeah, stop it. But you're making good somehow. My God. Wow. Guys, I wish you could smell the aroma. I know you can see the aroma, but I wish you can actually smell it. This food, my God. Me hope me pentemedi. Okay. I think I'm so excited about the food, right? And Ms. Celestine, I know your secret ingredient was the cantose, right? And the green pepper. Yeah. I can't wait to taste it, but thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I want to thank all my sponsors, Hall of Peters for styling me for today's episode, and Elojo Studios for the quality sound used for today's production. D Savory, our in-house catering services. Contact her located in Dansuman, and of course, Thick Line Production, our production crew. And I cannot wait to enjoy this food. You are invited. They say chop time, no friend. Sorry, but I'll give you the feedback later. Oh, I forgot to pray.
Amen.
Amen. My God. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. I'll show you a show no way. See you next time on Sizzles. Invite a friend. On this show, we don't only inspire and encourage you, but we teach you how to cook. Eba with okra soup by Celestine Donkor on Sizzles. Mpacho recipe ni ya siya wai. Na ye bi ma adofu bi wai na de bi. Beko ya map. This is so delicious, my God. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on Sizzles. Bye, everyone.